In this video, we're gonna cross over the Atlantic Ocean from Europe to America continent. We're gonna start in the airport of Birmingham. We're gonna take the flight until Cancun City in Mexico. Let's come with me and be part of this vlog. Starting here in the Birmingham airport, I was wondering myself what was the reason, because in this airport it was alcoholic beverage before to enter to the airport. Here we can see the alcoholic beverage, and I was wondering why, if the airline or the airport have thought to get drunk the people before to get to the aircraft. Then I discovered that this is very common in the international airports, but like in that time it was my first international flights, I didn't get know. Yeah, we were about to aboard to the aircraft. Yeah, I was wondering and thinking in loud voice what was the reason, because we were walking towards the aircraft and how the first class or business class passing through the bridge directly, and what was the reason that I wasn't. After that, the aircraft started to ascend, and after that I was trying to explain our journey, that it's gonna be from England to Cancun. And here I was presenting the food that I have got. This airline which I was flying, it's called TUI, with TUI. It's the cheapest airline to fly between Europe and the American continent. It's too cheap. The approximate price for this one is 350 euros. Here I was starting to eat, and here I was presenting the food and talking about the quality of it. To be honest with you, it was a very delicious food compared with the price. To be honest, the price equal with the quality of the service, it's magnificent. I have never traveled for any airline with this kind of service, and customer service, to be honest, is a high quality compared with another airlines. Here I was presenting the food. It was basically fish, rice, bread, a bottle of water, and a small cheese, a cracker, and the light, it wasn't good to present the food, but indeed it was delicious, this food. The customer service in this airline, it has a high quality value compared with airlines like Lufthansa, Aeromexico, and even Air France. And the cheapest or tourist classes, TUI, it's so far the best. I have traveled to Europe several times, and all these times the best is TUI. It's the customer service, maybe I have said multiple times, but it's magnificent. Here we have a panoramic view of the Atlantic Ocean. The aircraft that day, it was completely busy. A lot of English people going for holiday to Cancun. And then here I was explaining that this little package, it was indeed a cheese. It was very delicious. In spite of the price that you pay, it's so quality, the food. Here we are at the same altitude of Iceland. I was explaining that if would be any accident, I would call in the Atlantic Ocean, like the Titanic movie. The difference that I didn't have a rose to stay with her, and here I was showing where I was in that moment. Here I have explained that it's a very good company of airline. If you have thought to fly between America and Europe or Europe and America, you can do it with this airline. The airline has so cheap prices. You can get since 100 euros or 100 pounds until 500, maybe in business class. But it's from Cancun to Birmingham, from Cancun or Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, to Netherlands or any American city. American, I mean to America continent, because US is not America. Until Europe, could be Colombia, could be El Salvador, could be Guatemala, one American city. To Europe city, it's so cheap compared with the classic airlines. And the best of this airline is the customer service. It's so far the best compared with high airlines like Air France, Air Canada, Lufthansa, and all of that. It's better. As you can see, one of that airline is that the customer service is always offering you things. Do you want a coffee? Do you want a tea? Do you want a juice? Do you want a soda? That is one of the advantage of this airline. Here we have another panoramic view of the Atlantic Ocean above Greenland. He was explaining that I got a problem with my circuit before to ascend to the airplane. The reason was because I booked this flight with only one heavy luggage. Then I called to the airline and they told me that I couldn't add online, and that when I arrived to the airport, I let to know in the presential check-in to let them know, and the price is gonna be only 100 pounds or something like that. The problem was that when I arrived to the airport, I went to the check-in and they mentioned me that the price for this luggage of 25 kilos, it would be for 500 pounds. And I said, how? It's impossible, because they explained me that it's only 100 pounds. And then she called her manager and they tried to make all for adjust this price, and the cheaper that they let me, it was 360 pounds. Indeed, I paid 350 pounds for my flight plus 360 pounds for the luggage. Indeed, it wasn't fall directly from the company. It was mine because I didn't know that I couldn't ascend to the prep with this luggage. If I wouldn't know, maybe I would let my clothes or let a small suitcase, but indeed that was what happened. At the end, I had to pay the money because in that time I couldn't go back to Europe in a long time, because I was going to Mexico to get the visa to remain in Europe. It was going to take around 3 months to return. At the end of the day, it takes 1 year with 3 months, so it was fair because I paid. Because if not, I couldn't use my clothes. And that's it. That is the story that I was trying to let you know in Spanish. But right now, like this video, it's in English. I'm translating. Presenting the toilet. It was a very spacious toilet, even for a tall person. Could be fit perfectly here. It's enough space. Here we have soap, we have water, we have Kleenex, we have toilet paper, everything okay in this toilet. Two mirrors for the people that used to see a lot, especially the women. And here I was trying to explain that I was fear about that. In that time, it was a viral TikTok that a girl is starting to shot in one aircraft because she thought that it was an alien or reptilian, and I was trying to explain that it was only a joke, it wasn't real. And finally, here I arrived to my seat. Here we were above Virginia. We were about to arrive to Mexico around 3 hours or something like that. The majority of the journey was already completed, and here we got our second meal. It was a sandwich, and here I was preparing my coffee. Here finally we have all the menu ready to eat. There was a sour and sweet pancake like I explained. It was okay, the service, it was okay, the food, the coffee was very okay, very delicious. The service, I was let you know that it was perfectly. I was amazed about the service, and even now that I have traveled internationally, I can say that this airline, the customer service has a high quality. I very recommend you here. As you can see, these seats, it's only 9 seats compared with another international airports that it has like 12 seats. This is the business class. The difference between the business class and the tourist class is that here we have only 2 seats and you have more space, but actually the quality is the same. I very recommend you have a small budget. Don't doubt to travel with TUI or TUI. It's a very good company. Only don't remember get extra baggage, because if not you're gonna pay more money. It's my only recommendation, but in the rates it's the same. You can do it. A panoramic view, what is business class. And finally we were arriving our destination in the Caribbean Sea, descending in Cancun. After that we took a flight to Cancun to Mexico City, because the plan was to go to Mexico City and spend time with the family in Christmas. It was a magnificent trip. I very recommend you travel with this airline. Thank you for seeing this video. See you in the next videos.
To be honest, I want to remain here for so many years, and the fact to go back to Mexico, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be there. No, it's only I'm going to arrange papers to come back here in a legal way and be here, if God will, forever. Next year, I'm very secure that I'm going to go back here, and right now I'm going to go back without a ticket back. So I'm very thank you